Hey gang, what's up? Bill Sheridan here with the Maryland Association of CPAs, kicking off your week once again with another great CPA story for you. Our hunt continues, right, for the elusive CPA purpose, the why behind what CPAs do, looking to change the narrative around this noble profession. And my guest to help me do that today is Cari White. Actually, Cari is she's Maryland through and through, born and raised in Baltimore, got her undergrad degree at the University of Maryland. Currently works as an outsourced controller for Bluestone Services in Baltimore. That's one of the jobs of our times, right? And if she had to break it down for you, I think Cari would tell you that the profession's ultimate purpose, right, the actual job description of CPAs everywhere is storyteller, communicator. As she puts it, accounting is a different language, and she speaks it, she understands it, and it's her job to translate it, right? Translate that language to people who have no idea what accounting is and help them understand it. And I think she nailed it there. I'm going to let her explain a little bit more about what she means. Here is Cari White with her
So I'm one of the
CPA story.
stereotypical people. I found accounting interesting because I really like math and numbers and problem solving, but was not interested in math courses higher than like algebra, right? I wasn't interested in calculus and becoming an engineer or anything like that. I needed a little bit more simplistic math, if you will.
Hmm.
And so that's what's really brought me to accounting as a major in college.
Was there any moment, do you remember, like a point in time where w- where it kind of hit you and you were like, wow, this isn't really about math. This is about something else entirely. What do you remember about that?
Yes, absolutely. And I would say probably my very first job out of school. So I worked at KPMG in Baltimore. I was an auditor. Um, and let me tell you, audit has nothing to do with math. Surprise. Um, and it is very much about understanding risk and understanding a business, business processes, procedures. Of course, you need to know accounting, you need to understand the accounting language, but it is much more broad than debits and credits and math.
So that accounting background kind of equipped you with that foundational understanding of how a business operates and that type of thing.
Absolutely.
What would you say is the purpose behind your work? Like the why behind what you do? What
Yeah. So my tagline is that I provide informative financial information, financial reporting to leaders or business owners in a digestible format so that they can make informed decisions about their businesses.
That's really good. So yeah, I mean, break that down for me.
Yeah.
What do they get out of you doing what you do?
Yeah. So I think something that you learn pretty quickly when you're an accountant is that it's a different language. Kind of like that people say like legalese is a different language, accountingese is a different language.
Mhm.
Um, and that's something I have and I understand and I know what to do with it and I know how to make sure books and records are accurate and financial information is presented in a certain way. Um, but then it's important to share it with people who have no idea what accounting is and their eyes glaze over as soon as you put up an Excel spreadsheet with a bunch of numbers on it, right? They have no clue what to do with it. It scares them, so they freeze. They don't even know what to do. So that's why it's always my goal to put it in a format that resonates with them. Um, Previous firm I worked for was an architecture firm. Let me tell you something. Architects are visual people. Okay. They
Mhm.
might like numbers. They might be good with dimensions and things like that. They are visual people. So financial reporting was done in the form of graphs and metrics and KPIs. Don't put up the P&L. The P&L is not going to resonate. You got to find how it works. Um, and so that's what I say. And then when I say like informed decisions, there's a lot of businesses out there that are certainly making a million decisions every day. Do they know if it's the right decision? Did they have data to back it up, or it was just an intuition? And so I think a lot of what accountants can do is provide information so that it becomes an informed decision. I chose to make this decision because of the information my accountant provided me.
It sounds almost like an element of storytelling behind
Yes.
what you do. That might be kind of a secret sauce. Part of the secret sauce behind being a CPA is being able to, communicate that type of information in a way that's compelling to other people who might not understand what we do.
I think that you're spot on because I've often heard times, right, we're here to tell the story behind the numbers.
Mhm.
And someone looks at numbers, you've got a busy executive who's going from meeting to meeting and making decision in 5 minutes or less. How can you explain those numbers to him or her in a way that resonates?
Yeah, yeah, that's great. What do you love most about being a CPA? I mean, what inspires you about your work?
Yeah. First, I feel like those letters just automatically it separates you. You become a trusted advisor. I actually joked when I passed the CPA exam. I was like, well, now I know why I can trust CPAs because that was no easy process right there. A lot of work, dedication, grit, consistence. There were a lot of skills that I learned in that process.
Mhm.
And so I think that in and of itself says something. Then, like I say, the same way that like you go to your doctor for a medical problem, you go to your lawyer for a legal problem, you go to your CPA for an accounting problem. You are the subject matter expert.
No doubt. So if you were sitting down across the table from a young person, high school or college student who's still trying to figure out where they fit in or what they want to do, I mean, what would you tell them about this profession, about accounting?
I would tell them that you can make it whatever you want. Um, and there are so many possibilities. It is not just debits and credits. You can mesh some of your passions with your strengths. So, like I say, I happen to be one of those people that is passionate about accounting. I find the numbers interesting. I get that that's not for everyone. And so maybe you're pursuing accounting because you know it's a stable career that will provide growth over your working years. And that's great. You can combine that with your passions. Let's say you're passionate about, see, you've got a guitar back there, music.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? There are a number of businesses in the music industry, music adjacent, that are going to need accountants.
Yep. Yep.
There you go. You've just meshed your skill set, your strengths with your passion. Your passion might change over time, right? Suddenly you've got children and you're more interested in children and volunteering and advocacy. Guarantee you there's a business that's going to need your help as an accountant. I've worked in many different industries. I've also worked in many different roles. So I've done public accounting, I've done consulting, I've done what I'll call in-house accounting, where I'm the controller for a company. I've done financial planning and analysis, jumped over to the finance world for a few years. Um, all of that because I had my CPA, because I had a solid foundation in accounting, in business, in how businesses are run, in the risk, being able to understand that opened up all these doors for me.
Great stuff there from Cari White. So glad she could take time out of her busy schedule to be with us today. We want to hear from you as well. So head on over to macpa.org/Y and share your story with us as we try to offer a little bit of inspiration to the next generation of accounting and finance professionals. We want to hear what your CPA purpose is too. And in the meantime, thanks for being here. We will see you again soon, hopefully. More stories to share next week. And until then, have a great week. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.